Hello everyone, welcome back to part 2 of this n8n node types and basic workflow for beginners tutorial. So this is part 2 of this video. In part 1 I covered the different node types in n8n and it's explained in depth and it's very simple to understand. So if you haven't already watched that, I recommend you do so now, so you have more context and you can understand what's happening in this video. So in this part, I'm going to be showing you a basic workflow I've created on n8n, which includes all the various node types. So let's go to the editor. So here we are on n8n local. On local, the benefit is I can use all the features that I would actually have to pay for free. So I'm getting all the premium features for free. And if you don't know how to use n8n locally, don't know how to install it, or aren't already using it, I recommend you watch my video on n8n local installation. So here we are in the let's go to the editor for the customer feedback form. So this is the workflow. What is going to be happening here is so we will be responding to customer feedback that has been inputted via a form. So a customer fills out a feedback form, which is our trigger. So our on form submission trigger here. Then the AI reads the feedback and decides if it is good or bad, which is our AI node, which is here. And then based on that result of good or bad, we will send an email, a thank you if it's positive feedback, or an apology if it's about improving. So this is what tells us if it's positive feedback or negative feedback. This is our logic node. And then when we send emails here, that is our action node, because that completes an action. So let's go through these nodes one by one now before testing the workflow as a whole. So if we go to the on form submission, it has our test URL, production URL, so you can click it to copy it, and then your authentication if you want any, the title of your form, the description of your form. So here I have, hi there, we'd love to hear more about your experience at our coffee shop. Please rate your visit by selecting the number of stars and then leave an additional comment. And then form, so that's basically our title and our description. And then these are the parts that the user has to fill out. So form elements. So field name. So that is what is going to show above the text box or whatever you have there. So here it says, what is your name? The element type is basically what type of data the user is going to be filling into the form, whether it's your date, maybe it's a drop down list, so multiple choice, it might be an email, it could be that they have to upload a file, it could be a field that should be hidden, a number, a password, text, or maybe like a text box for more text. Here it should be text, and placeholder is full name. I had this before, but then it changed now. And placeholder is until the user what it's going to show until the user actually types something. So here similarly we have the email address, and then for the element type here, instead of having text as the element type, we have email. And the difference here is that in the email element type, it's not going to accept anything that isn't a valid email. So these two are required fields, and then There's the star rating, which is a drop down list. So this is also one choice. So you can choose anywhere from 1 star to 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars, or 5 stars. And then there's feedback, which is your written feedback. And then you respond to this when form is submitted. So we are going to be executing the steps later and seeing what happens. So now after the user actually inputs their information into the form, we are going to be putting that we're going to be putting the feedback and the star rating into the AI agent. This is basically what makes this automation intelligent and what gives it that human-like thinking capability. And here we have the Google Gemini chat model connected. So if you actually go here when you insert a AI agent node, there is going to be model, which is compulsory, and then optional stuff like memory and tool. If you click on chat model, there's going to be lots of options. So Anthropic, and then OpenAI, DeepSeek, Gemini, Grok, Llama, all of that. But for testing, I highly recommend you use Gemini, as it is free until like you're using it on a really large scale. For all your testing needs, Gemini should be completely free. So we have connected Gemini here, and then if we go to the AI agent, this is what it actually looks like. So it has your parameters. So if you want a specific output format, and then any other models options, so you won't really need these. So this is the main part, the prompt here. So my prompt is, you are an assistant that classifies customer feedback as either good or bad. So the input is going to be the stars, so an integer from 1 to 5, which represents the customer's rating which they've given, and the text is the text of the customer's feedback. So rules are: 1, if the star rating is 4 or 5, treat the feedback as good. This is in quotation marks to show that this is what the outcome would be if this is the input. So unless the text clearly expresses a serious complaint. So unless there's any complaint in the feedback, it's going to be just going based off of the stars and saying it's good feedback. If the star rating is 1, 2, or 3, treat the feedback as bad unless the text clearly praises the service. Use both the star rating and the text to determine the correct classification. Output only one word, which is good or bad. So it's telling us to it's telling the AI to only output either good or bad and no other explanation. This is really important because later on in the workflow, the node after this, the logic node, it's an if node, and it's going to be, if this outcome is good, then send this email. If it's not good, then send this email. That won't work if there is any other words in the response. Then I have the various examples here, and then I'm feeding it the feedback. So this, to make workflows in n8n, you need really good prompt engineering. This is a really good prompt here. So it has the role, so you are an assistant, this top line, and then it gives it its information, and then it also has the goal that they want to achieve. So I'm going to be releasing a video soon on prompt engineering, so you can learn to write prompts like this. But for now, if you aren't familiar with prompt engineering, you can always go to ChatGPT and then tell what you need to do. Say, write me a good prompt for these requirements, and it's going to do it for you. So that's the AI node, and then this is the if node, so our logic node in the workflow. As I said here, if this output from the AI node is equal to good, if that is true, then send a positive feedback email, and if that's false, as it says here, false, then send a negative feedback email. So in this workflow, we have all the we have the 4 different types of nodes. We didn't need to clean up any data here, but we have the trigger node, the AI node, the logic node, and the action node. So let's see this workflow in action and see if it could give us the required outcome. So here now we're going to press on the execute workflow button in the editor. So it's this big red button here. So I press that and then waiting for trigger event. Now our form comes up. So it has our title, it has our about, and then it has our various questions with our placeholders. So full name is Pranil Saha, email address pranilsaha30@gmail.com. Select a rating, so 4 stars. Great food and coffee tastes. However, it was a little cold. Will come back. So it has this short little feedback here. I've mixed a bit of negative feedback with the little cold part and positive feedback, so we can see how the AI reacts to this feedback. So I'm submitting it now, and then form submitted, your response has been recorded. It's gone through there, so it becomes green when it finishes. There's something maybe wrong here. I'll check that later, but it turns green when it finishes. It's gone through the AI agent. So the AI agent's given us an output which is good. Then we look at this node. The output was good, so here, and then is equal to good, then it's true, so it went up this branch. And then it's going to send the email to this name. So it's inputted the name we had on the form into the result. So this would end up in a person's email. So that's our full automation. We successfully responded to a form, which then took the data to this AI agent. Then it analyzed the feedback, said if it's good or bad, then it formulated an email correctly. So that's all for today's tutorial. Hope this was helpful, and if you learned something today, please like, subscribe, and share my channel. If you need any AI services, you can reach me at pranilsaha30@gmail.com, and I'm also working with Metrics AI, which is a new AI startup about to launch soon. And my email is also in my profile and in the comments if you want any either business uniforms or any AI agents made. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.